SHINSEI and Riza already on the side. SHINSEI still gets the first pick here. SHINSEI good for 2. Neff tries to trade out. Riza does find Neff in the end of the day. It looks very, very good for Kizuna right now on defense. Plant. No problem at all. Nice little shock dart to come through. Does tag a little tiny bit of damage, but as the other 2 players left, Juicy and crazyguy, it might be a little bit hard, but the lineups are just too good for crazyguy. And they are just going to come forward. Bryce, nice little hold, and I don't think there's nothing more that they can do. Because there's not going to be any Nebula smokes to help out. Crazyguy, already there. Information relayed, but the sprays come up from SHINSEI for 3! That 4th fight is just showing that value with the 4. Massive, massive buys here from Kizuna. And
on towards the B side already, an explosive entrance here.
Yeah, very, very reminiscent of what we expect from Bleed, but Deryeon playing on Gong catches SHINSEI off guard. He knows Riza is close. Just waiting for time. Let's see who swings first. It's going to be Deryeon. Timing! But it does not take him down. Switches his guns up here. And he still gets one more. Beautifully done. A nice spray toward Riza. 3K in the pocket there for Deryeon. Even though he is on that killjoy. Crazyguy holding. 1 tap, 2 tap. Flaring still wins it in the end. But there's just too many people swinging at the same time. And that is classic Bleed play, not allowing them to go down by peeking 1 by 1. No Sage, no heals though. Regardless, SHINSEI already on the sides. Catches Neff off guard. That's how fast he is. Crazyguy. Good for
SHINSEI?
1 only. SHINSEI does trade back. Switches his gun, no need to reload. And now, silence has been established.
Wow.
Suddenly, Juicy in there just gets sprayed out here. SHINSEI gets 1 more. Deryeon does find Bryce in the end. The trades on trades from both teams here is insane. It's as though it's a tug of war here between the 2 teams. Regardless, they are just waiting for the right time for this util to go down. The lockdown will give them all the value they need. I have a feeling that Deryeon actually has lineups here because they're not in a rush to get onto the site. SHINSEI moving backwards. There is a smoke. Riza caught in the corner.
What?
But they didn't check.
No way they don't check.
They do that. What a spray coming through here for SHINSEI. Still
No
one more to
way.
worry about. Riza catches him on guard. What is going on? I can literally feel Sleepy Studios TV just like move in his sleep. What? SHINSEI onto the side once again. This is perfect for their playstyle, but crazyguy does find Bryce. You talked about timing. Crazyguy does find him in the end. SHINSEI is pushing so aggressively. He's pushing all the way to Link. Whether or not Crazyguy will get him first is the question.
Look
and
at the wrap towards A long.
Yeah, exactly. Crazyguy has been really huge in getting that first contact. Scary. Crazyguy 1 each. And the other day, here comes Juicy as well.
Damn.
Juicy for 2. And this is the perfect round. For regardless, SHINSEI holding a close angle here to a graffiti will be concussed. But man is not scared at all. He will push out here. Might just catch someone off guard. But the sprays, Deryeon does find Kieran in the end, and Dev does find SHINSEI. Crazyguy, undeterred at all. That's the idea from Bleed here. When you play and have a buddy system, you will get a lot of value. 2 Rolling Thunder sent out at the same time. Both teams not able to follow up. Riza finds Deryeon. Juicy onto Riza back in return. Cosmic Divide as well, just to be a firing squad here. Juicy pushing up onto the site. They want to go for the defuse, but look at the aggressive push come through, and Crazyguy still gets it, and Bros don't fake. Neff gets it in the end, and that's how much trust he has for his teammates. Yeah, and funneling them into a small little area allows them very, very easy access for some sprays. But look at how aggressive they are right now. Deryeon with the concuss to come through. SHINSEI so aggressive, unfortunately with his knives, and will be punished by Deryeon for that. Look at Scary, so very low, but Deryeon will be the one to take up the main area here, playing on the soft side. And does find 1 more. Deryeon playing this very ratty plays with 4 in the pocket. That's a lockdown as well to really fortify everything. But that alarm bot will give them all the information they need. Flaring is good for 1 only. Riza as well with the crossfire. Neff for 2. Beautifully done. A nice flash to come out as well. And he's just going to spray it out. But Riza still wins it in the end. 30 HP. Kimmy still holding. He knows there's still only Deryeon to play with. Has an idea where he is. Deryeon still finds him in the end. Time, not of the essence. He must either save or go, and he decides to go. And this is the best round for him to save. And finally, either go fast or slow is the question. But for Kizuna, SHINSEI always loves going aggressive. But Neff was pretty much already expecting that. He gets punished for it. Still 1 more to go. It'll be Juicy that will be punishing Riza this time around. Coming out 1 by 1 is going to be a problem here. But Bryce does get at least 1 constellation prize, which is going to be Deryeon going down here. Regardless, still 4 on 3, very winnable round. They just have to take their time to figure out where exactly they're going to go. Still on the C side here, Bryce holding on for dear life, does not want to push at all. Some noise here from Juicy and still punishes. I'm just surprised, honestly, because they had all the information they need. Flushes out the right area. No need to check, at least for Juicy already on the site here. Not as explosive as what SHINSEI did in the last round, but it's a very, I would say, slow and clean round to ensure that they really secure the site. And for Kimmy this time around with Bryce, 4-on-2 situation. Yes, we've seen Bryce pull off miracles back in Louvre, but this might be a whole different situation. The beast in front of them right now is Bleed. Slowly pushing onto site here. There are a lot of crossfires they have to worry about, as well as that concuss to come through. There is one trait for that, and suddenly it feels just so hard because look at how many utilities are there waiting for them. His teammate is down, and Neff will get one more in his pocket. Puts up a star, gets cleared out behind, also gets the gravity well. He walks up straight into Juicy, goes down, sprays through the smoke here. No one's get tagged just yet. Crazy Guy a little bit low, no worries for him. Scarry playing the corner. Good for 2. Beautifully done. Yep, with the Spectre at that range. Are you crazy? Neff gets one more with the Bulldog nonetheless. And Scarry holding very close. A nice little crossfire. Kimmy eating that damage from a lot of utility. And Darren finds him in the end. One final player to worry about. And it's going to be Riza coming in all the way from main. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to save it.
Try to get those aggressive peaks. Use your utility to your advantage to try at least get one. And there we go. SHINSEI with the operator. He is just phenomenal.
Oh man, right in the middle of that utility. That Hunter's Fury and Neff just swings out. And we know that that is honestly the best time to really disrespect the Sova in the middle of his Hunter's Fury. And honestly, Neff timed that so very right. There's still one more person waiting in there, and SHINSEI has not moved an inch. Now you hear the utilities come through. Unfortunately, he whiffs and Neff punishes him. Very quick reactions from that man. Aftershock to come through here. Still one more. Scarry really quick on the ball. Flaring gets one more, but Scarry is there for the Band-Aid trade. Regardless, a 1 versus 2 situation here. Bryce, we want to see you cook. Can he make this happen? It's going to be very difficult. There's also the Cosmic Divide as well
he may have found a perfect timing.
Here we go. Still gets one to push into it. But it's not that Neff is playing close either. He's still playing a very sneaky game here. Both players trying to be as sneaky as they can. He's looking the other side. Timing will be very important. A nice little swing, and Neff wins in the end. The timing for him to put out his utils was just so unfortunate. And Juicy just a lot faster, and immediately Riza gets a tap from Juicy. That's actually phenomenal. Huge round if you think about it. Without Juicy, it's going to be a little bit hard to get onto the site here. Crazy Guy watching the flanks. There's still one more SHINSEI to worry about. Crazy Guy does get tagged here, but look at that. Nice little tag team situation from Scarry. Nice bait from Crazy Guy, honestly. This is a very clean round. They get the plant at the same time. Already match point. Can Kimmy actually do anything here? Rolling Thunder as well. Scarry knows exactly where he is to play, as Kimmy is still on the other side. Still finds him in the end. Kimmy, let's get a switch out to the gun. But Deryeon, nice rotate actually when you think about it. Catches him off guard, and I think for the side of Bleed, it's just about that map control. Rotations on point. In the name of control, again, still in Bleed's hands.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough retake here for Bleed. They have to hit their shots. They don't have Neff here. They don't have the utilities. And SHINSEI, super aggressive towards drop.
Yeah, 2 already. Very adept with that Sheriff. Huge picks. And now it's only Crazy Guy and Deryeon to really pick up the pieces. Now the question is, how exactly are they going to do this? Deryeon on the Sentinel. Gonna have to just wait for the smokes to come through. Crazy Guy is just so very low. They have a nice cross here coming in from main. So for Bryce, I think he may have heard the footsteps, and Deryeon quickly moving onto the site, playing onto that. The Haunt does find him in the end of the day. He still gets 2. Riza trades him out. For Crazy Guy, he hasn't moved at all. He's gonna try at least not to go down to a player, not to give that extra credits. Heals up. He's trying to try and go down to Spike. Maybe he can get another player just to get that extra credits here. And he does. Everyone knows where he is. There's still one more to worry about. Unfortunately, does get tagged. Not gonna go down. Gives the extra credits to them in the end. But we still have Deryeon holding this area. We hear shots coming through here. So everyone's still just clambering around trying to find as much information as they can. But immediately Deryeon finds that one way, and SHINSEI immediately gets punished for it. Smoke does go down in the end. They do hear the footsteps from Bryce. A push up from the other members of Bleed as well. And immediately That Nano Swarm will just clear out the area.
Wow,
Bit
utility.
of 3 utilities used onto Deryeon. Aftershock at the same time. A little bit of a move there. He still gets one more, but for finally going down to Riza. A very, very, I would say, costly situation just to get onto the site. Prowler does find one more person. It gives them a lot of information they need. Teleport onto the site here. Neff just holding the line, but Flaring's push punishes him. This man is deterred by nothing. Crazy guy gonna find Kimmy in the end of the day. sScary hasn't moved. To Seize does find him. He's playing inside of smoke, trying to play as safe and as careful as he can. Does get found by Flaring. But now the silence is just keeping them on their toes. A revive from Crazy Guy gives the equilibrium at least man advantage. A lockdown as well expanded. As they push up, takes all that space. This lockdown only serves to buy a lot of time. Does not give any room to the members of Bleed at all running onto the site. Flaring just teleports immediately. That Haunt does find Deryeon in the end, gives him all the information he needs. A tap to come through. Look at this spray from Juicy, just so well done. What on earth?
And this execution on towards C is on the way.
Yeah, but here comes sScary, still holding, does not move at all. Paranoia, just smokes just to put that. But look at the push out from SHINSEI. An updraft will just immediately take him out the way. Nano Swarm kill from Deryeon. SHINSEI so aggressive, jumps out of the way. The aftershock as well, just to buy some time, but not allowing anyone onto the side. But Darion's timing was just too good as the smoke dissipates.
No.
Deryeon still gets Riza in the end, regardless of whether or not he can hear. Bryce and Kimmy's at 1 each. Neff does trade out with Bryce in the end. Neff still holding down the line, has not moved. Is Kimmy against Crazy Guy, and Neff has not moved. They know where exactly he is. He's playing onto the site here, like it or not. He does hear footsteps. Timing not on his side.
Wow.
The aftershock just to put him out of the way. Just kind of like box him inside of Waterfall. Now this sprays to come through, and Kimmy wins it in the end. They just lined up for him.
Yeah,
But it comes through here. Kimmy still holding. Thought that everyone had left, but immediately
Classic,
Juicy.
by the way.
Beautifully done headshot, but it's a trade on trade here, even with the deficit. And in the end, Bleed wins it in the end. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be a full retake by Bleed. And here's sScary, just gonna play inside of smokes. We also have the showstopper as well. The sprays come out here from SHINSEI. Juicy does find Kimmy in the end of the day. Riza playing offsite here toward Bend. Has his teammate to really back him up. Still one more to worry about. Riza with those taps have been huge. Finds Darren in the end. It's still scary to worry about 1 versus 3 situation. It does give him the information. That Prowler does find him. Haunt barely misses him, and SHINSEI was just holding the line. Double dip this time around. He's still being very cautious. Crazy Guy with utility. Did get that value he wanted. The Seize does find him in the end. He's so very low. Riza sprays a little bit too much for him to handle. Riza, the Prowler, will at least give him the information. See if anyone's playing over there.
Towards
and
D,
Flaring
okay.
still finds one more. And that's exactly what I was talking about. That B control gives him so much, I would say, access toward both sides. And immediately the sprays come through. Neff still wins it. Nice little cross from Kimmy. 13 seconds to go. All the time in the world for him to plant.
Wow, Kizuna is they are blowing my mind right now. Just so much rotations towards C, towards B, and now it's all Deryeon. 8 bullets left in the chamber. Can he win this 1v2?
Still holding, but this time around he still gets that first pick so very sharp. He has his suspicions where exactly Kimmy would be, and wins it at the end. Nice little clutch from him to bring them back to a 5-5. And here comes the Rolling Thunder, another Rolling Thunder. All those utilities just thrown out in the end. Crazy Guy will be the one to have it. Sprays come through, but Froze on fake. Immediately Riza gets 2. Crazy Guy gets 1 of his own. Daryeon gets 1 more. sScary and Daryeon have to make something happen here. Daryeon quick on the ball. They know exactly where Kimmy is, but time not his side. sScary gets it, but there is no time. So close. But Kizuna gets that point. Kimmy just waiting for his teammates to come through before he just lets it rip. The Prowler is out at the same time. He realizes that he's walled off. Nice little spray from sScary. Finds Riza in the day. Another gonna hold this little angle here. They got smoked out, but look at the crossfires from Bleed. It's just so very dominating. And then suddenly a push out from Kizuna. Look at how far in Flaring is. And Flaring does find one. Juicy trades it back. We see that Juicy actually has a rifle in hand. He force bought that.
Yeah, it's tough. So much information by Riza. He's pushed up all the way towards long. They know it's going to be a C hit. He can't really do much with the HP that SHINSEI has.
He tried to jump shot him, but Kimmy and Bryce won each. Juicy for 3 already.
He's quick.
Yep, this Vandal is doing so much damage to Kizuna. 1 versus 2. We've seen this happen just now. Deryeon managed to get this clutch. But for Riza, in his hand is only a classic. He does not have the fancy guns. There is a gun right by him. He can pick it up if he wants to. But Riza, we know that he is very sharp with the Guardian. That haunt goes down. He doesn't know where exactly anyone is, so he's putting his sights onto an angle where Juicy might be. He has his sights down straight here, and the timing beautifully done.
So quick.
Yep, and Riza just walks into his crosshair. Either we go toward B, or we can just trade out and go toward A. But then here comes the showstopper at the same time. Riza denies that from coming through here. Crazy Guy does find him in the end. Both actually, Kimmy and him, walls off the back of the site. Gives them so much space to go for that plant if they want to. Deryeon pushing up here, holding up the top side of stairs here. Upper B Haven, SHINSEI a little bit more quick on the ball. 2 in his pocket, and still 1 versus 2 situation here. Crazy Guy, he does have no utilities, no slows, and nothing. He still finds SHINSEI. He knows exactly where he's going to be. Nice little revival to come through. Baits out his teammate. Fork in the pocket. I'm sorry, I revived you and used you as bait.
Nobody on. Oh my god.
Crazy Guy was still there. They thought everyone was inside of B. Rolling Thunder as well to come through. Juicy moving out of the way, and immediately Flaring finds Deryeon in the middle of pushing out toward the top side here. Flaring is concussed. Scary comes through, but Kimmy still wins it in the end. Juicy finds Kimmy. Nice little crossfires come in from both players.
Wow,
Flaring
what a
finds
shot.
5 HP. Doesn't really matter when I can just win all these gunfights. Neff finds Bryce. Gonna go for the plant. No idea where the other 2 members of Kizuna are. Flaring is so very low, but he does still have 1 more utility to play with. And Crazy Guy playing inside of smokes, playing very quietly, and just so thankful that that option did not hit him. Still enough to scare him outside of the area. Gonna be watching to a tree, and here comes the Rolling Thunder one more time. The sprays to come up the top side. Crazy Guy still wins in the end. Caught SHINSEI off guard. Look at this crossfire, 2 different angles to find a very low HP Flaring. He still gets in the end of the day. Still 1 more hit. I was so worried. If Flaring won that, I would have just been so shocked. You have both the lockdowns put out as well. Both teams just trying to wrestle for that control. Riza gets the taps with the Guardian. At this point, just call him the King of Guardians as Juicy does find Kimmy in the end of the day. Flaring still very crispy. Juicy finds Riza. Flaring with the nice little wall bang onto Juicy. Pain Shells finds Bryce. Deryeon so alone on the site. Still gonna go down, but it is still a clutch.
Kizuna just have no idea which side Bleed is actually attempting to hit.
Showstopper as well. SHINSEI plays so close, still gets Crazy Guy in the end of the day.
How is he still alive?
One gets shot by the Showstopper, but Juicy does get SHINSEI in the end. Kimmy with the Guardian, but Deryeon and Neff gonna be trading it out. 2 versus 3 situation here. Not the best situation for Kizuna to be in. We've seen Bryce do some insane clutches, but I think for Bleed, it's better for them to go for that rotate. No idea where the other 2 members are. Not allowing them that control of the site.
So smart. And I love the fact that Bleed is utilizing these revolving doors to their favor every single time. We saw Kizuna do it, but it just did not work out in their favor. This time around, Bleed is just playing with them. They make their way on towards site, just pull the rotations, and use those doors straight towards his B site.
Turret is what they're going to be putting here. They also have the alarm bot. It gives them all the information they need. Playing onto upper B is just so good because it allows him to really put down that aftershock. And now the sprays come through. Riza and Bryce gets the taps. There's still 1 more person to worry about. It's going to be Scary. 1 and 2. Scary lives up to his name. And we go 13-6-2-0 in favor of Bleed.
So, I mean, if you need anyone to clutch, it's definitely going to be Scary. The man himself, the legend from Thailand. It is just phenomenal.